Hiya, I'm Jasper, and welcome to your video review for Lioness, Season 1. So, this is my review for all of Season 1. I'll have in the description down below my reviews for like episodes 1 and 2, 2 and 3, like a few of them in the description down below. This is overall for the whole season. So, as always, I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the furry. To start with furry, some like guard dog type things, but nothing significant. Moving on to the good and the bad. So, I want to start off by saying that the opening sequence of this show, where some chick is undercover, she gets discovered, she's in like a burqa type thing, and she's running, and she like escapes under like the cellar thing, and she calls up Zoe Saldana's character and is like, I'm blown, they saw my tattoo, they saw the thing, oh my god, help me. And so then she's like making this decision point, and then, then she hears like the scream of her getting like actually found and captured, so she's like, all right, I know what to do. And so she launches an airstrike and boom. And then the next thing cuts to 4 years earlier and showing some other chick who looks remarkably similar to somebody who we only see flashes of her face because she has black hair and she's a skinny person who can blend in Syria. Like, you might understand why I was fucking confused until episode 8. When they finally were like, oh, dude, that fuck up in Syria. So I went back and watched the first episode, now that I've seen 7 other episodes of this person, that, oh, in fact, that was a different person. So this whole fucking time I've been watching this 8 episodes, I'm like, okay, since it cut to right after that, to 4 years ago, to show the origin story of this chick, like, we are seeing everything up until she dies. No. That is a different operative, which they never made clear, in my opinion, until episode 8. So that is shitty storytelling, that you have somebody that we so barely see their face of before cutting to 4 years earlier to somebody who looks close enough like her, that, and then having a similar enough mission set that we could that it was the same person, and it's not. So I don't want you to be confused. It's not the same person, which I think totally changes the entire development of this show. Very annoying. Anywho, for the ending of this show, and I'm not going to spoil things, but I will say it had a satisfying ending, but I would have liked more of an epilogue. So they came to a good conclusion. Like, it's not one of those movie or TV shows where like nothing is answered and you have to watch the next season if they even get one in order to have anything answered. They told their story, other than that shitty first opening that confused the fuck out of things. They told a well, concise story that comes to a conclusion, and then they have like a little bit of like after thing or whatever. You can definitely have more seasons of this, but I like that they actually had a good ending. Still would have liked more of an epilogue. So speaking of our main character, who is not Zoe Saldana. Zoe Saldana is the name that we all tuned in for. It's why I tuned in. But she, in my opinion, is not the main character. It also has Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman seems to be doing like the Rings of Power chick thing where she's just talking in a deep voice to make it sound like she's more powerful and like I'm the older and statescraft woman, like Nicole Kidman. You are Nicole Kidman. You don't need to try to have gravitas. Like, stop trying. You achieve it with normal voice. Anyhow, maybe she had some type of throat surgery. I don't know. Point being is Zoe Saldana is like the leader of this team, but our main character is some no-name person. And my problem with this no-name person is that she is too fucking skinny. Don't get me wrong, I love me some skinny chicks. But the problem is that they pump her up so much as like, oh, she ran this fast and she's able to do all the pull-ups and all the push-ups and all the things that the men do. So she's getting like 97 out of 100 on the men's scale of the Marine Corps, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's fine. I can believe that with her teammate. So the like special forces team that she gets with, like relatively early in like 1 or 2 episodes or whatever, like there's a chick on that team who I could totally believe could do all that. But when you're having skinny main actress chick cut around every single one of her pull-ups and almost every single one of her push-ups to the point where like I don't even know if she went up more than once. Like, we always saw the down, never saw the up for the push-ups, and at no point was there a full body shot of her doing a single fucking pull-up. Why? Because you know goddamn well she can't do one. And I get that she is supposed to be able to blend in into this like rich society, but that's fine if you want to have it that way. Then either cast somebody who can have that physicality and like deal with the like have a couple lines of dialogue to explain like why they're like, oh, why are they hanging out with the buff chick? Or don't pump up so much the physicality of this person, because there are plenty of people in the military who are very competent at their jobs but are not the most physically fit specimens of all time with 97% on the PT test for the male standards. Like, she could be a HUA person without having amazing, awesome fucking PT scores, so that when she's playing this part that involves her wearing relatively, like, you know, like swimsuits and dresses and all these, like, things that show off just how fucking skinny she is, especially the arms, like, the arms are the thing, then we don't mind because, like, okay, she was pulled out of whatever desk job for the military, but is still HUA and is able to take a thing because of blah, blah, blah. Like, you can work with it. Or... yeah, so that still really bugs me. They never came up with a good explanation for it. They never explained it. Like, you can have a good actress that is still buffed, as evidenced by the other person on their team. So that was a really poor choice in my opinion, and I think it was distracting throughout the movie, or throughout the series, because there were so many instances that they just made a point about it. Also, I'm going to call this like a minor spoiler alert, but she, like, because we really start to come clear towards the end. But the thing is that I was not really clear on if she was actually falling in love with this chick or if she was acting like she was falling in love with this chick. Because it wasn't clear until she was, like, talking with her boss about, like, all of a sudden she's having this breakdown, like, I can't do this, like, blah, 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 because I love her, and I can't do this, and I can't separate the thing, and so now she has to be, like, reintegrated and, like, be like, hey, look at all these people that her dad has killed. So you need to keep that in mind, that you're trying to get close to the dad to kill him, no matter what your feelings about her are. And part of why I didn't believe it is because I don't feel like they set up enough things for it. Like, okay, so they went to a vacation, but, like, it seemed like to me that every instance of her in this Richie rich environment was stressing her the hell out. So every instance, she is constantly on edge, worried about fucking up, and I feel like they expressed that in the, like, after-action report time frame repeatedly. So I don't understand where the affection and, like, falling in love with her came into play. I feel like it was quite forced. What I did think was really good, and that I thought they had a good logic to it, was that they came up with, and they showed some really logical explanations for why the CIA has such a huge slush funds. Because there were so many instances in this show where, like, they had to charter a helicopter or they had to charter a private plane to get from A to B because the time, like, they needed to have this asset in this place at this time, and they could not wait to go through public airports and public security and blah, blah, blah. Like, they had to be there now for this mission and for national security. And so I thought that this movie is really more like a CIA advertisement of, like, see, this is why you need to fund us, because we have to use this money. Like, we have to. It's necessary. It is vital to the mission, and it helps the world and the U.S. Like, give us the money. Stop giving us so much shit. Like, give us the money and not as much hassle about it. Come on. Because the explanations that they had and how they used it, I was like, I totally 100% am down. Like, all of this makes perfect sense to me, and I think that is an appropriate use of government money. So, yeah, overall, I would say that this show, it kept me going, but mostly because of that, like, until episode 8 when I realized that it wasn't the same chick, so maybe that would have changed my, like, interest level for this. But I like anything that Zoe Saldana's in. I really liked how they executed all of the Special Forces actions, because they just felt very believable. Like, these are the HUA professionals, and I liked that, and I thought they did that well. All the scenes with the super skinny main actress chick, like, she's good acting. She's good at acting. Like, at no point did I not believe her. I just didn't believe the physical abilities that they were ascribing to her. So it's okay. If you want to see the HUA scenes and you like Zoe Saldana, I think you can get around or get over the other scenes. But yeah, I think that it was decent. I give it a thumbs up. We'll give it a thumbs up. I'd watch that. I'd watch another season of this with Zoe Saldana and her team. So yeah, that's all I have for this one. Thanks for coming. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you at the next one. Bye.